Most people think chemotherapy is a miracle cure, but the truth is, it is actually one of the most aggressive and strange ways we have ever found to fight a disease. It is essentially using a controlled poison to save a life. And that sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. But if you have ever wondered why this treatment makes people lose their hair, or why it makes them feel so sick while it is trying to make them better, you are about to find out the real story. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what is happening inside the human body during this intense battle. If you appreciate deep dives into the science that saves lives, please hit that like button right now. It helps this information reach those who might need to hear it. To understand chemotherapy, we first have to talk about what cancer actually is. Your body is made of trillions of tiny building blocks called cells. Normally, these cells follow a strict set of rules. They grow, they divide to make new cells when you need them, and then they die when they get old or damaged. It is a perfect balance. But cancer is what happens when one single cell decides to break all those rules. It stops listening to the body's signals and starts dividing non-stop. Imagine a copy machine that gets stuck in the on position and just keeps spitting out pages until the whole room is filled with paper. That is a tumor. It is a massive pile of cells that should not be there, taking up space and stealing nutrients from your healthy organs. This brings us to the big question: how do you kill the bad cells without killing the person? This is the ultimate challenge for doctors. Cancer cells are not like bacteria or viruses. They are actually your own cells, just broken ones. This makes them very hard to target because they look almost exactly like the healthy parts of you. Chemotherapy works by looking for one specific trait that almost all cancer cells share. They are in a huge hurry. Because cancer cells are constantly dividing, they are moving much faster than most of the healthy cells in your body. Chemotherapy drugs are essentially speed traps for cells. They travel through your bloodstream, reaching almost every corner of your body, and they look for any cell that is in the middle of dividing. When the drug finds a cell that is busy making a copy of itself, it steps in and breaks the machinery. Some chemo drugs damage the cell's DNA so it cannot finish the copy. Others mess with the tiny skeletons inside the cell that help it pull apart into two new pieces. If the cell cannot finish dividing, it usually just gives up and dies. This is why doctors call it cytotoxic therapy, which is just a fancy way of saying it is toxic to cells. But here is the massive problem that doctors and patients have to deal with every single day. While cancer cells are the fastest growing cells in your body, they are not the only ones. You have plenty of healthy cells that also need to grow and replace themselves quickly just to keep you alive. Think about your hair. It is constantly growing. Think about the lining of your stomach and your mouth, which has to replace itself all the time because of the acid and food passing through. Even your blood cells are made at a record-breaking pace inside your bone marrow. Because chemotherapy is not always a smart drug, it cannot always tell the difference between a bad, fast-growing cancer cell and a good, fast-growing hair cell. This is why people on chemo often lose their hair, get sores in their mouths, or feel incredibly nauseous. The medicine is doing exactly what it was designed to do: stop fast-moving cells, but some innocent bystanders are getting caught in the crossfire. This is the biggest challenge in oncology. Doctors have to give enough of the drug to kill the cancer, but not so much that it causes permanent damage to the healthy parts of the body. It is a very delicate balancing act, like walking a tightrope during a storm. You might be surprised to learn that we discovered this treatment because of a tragedy. Back in World War I and World War II, people noticed that soldiers who were exposed to mustard gas had very low white blood cell counts. Doctors realized that if this gas could kill white blood cells, which are fast growing, maybe it could be used to kill other fast growing things like cancer. In the 1940s, two researchers named Louis Goodman and Alfred Gilman used a modified version of this gas to treat a patient with lymphoma. It worked. The tumors shrank significantly. This was the birth of modern chemotherapy. Since then, we have moved way beyond poison gas. We now use plants like the Pacific yew tree to create drugs like Taxol. We use metals like platinum to create drugs like cisplatin. We have turned nature and chemistry into a massive arsenal of weapons to fight this disease. If you're enjoying this breakdown, leave a compliment in the comments for the scientists and healthcare workers who dedicate their lives to perfecting these treatments. Your support keeps the community positive and informed. The moment of truth in any chemotherapy journey is called the nadir. This is a point about 10 days after a treatment session when a patient's blood counts are at their lowest. This is the moment when the body is most vulnerable, but it is also the moment when the cancer is being hit the hardest. It is a high-stakes waiting game. Doctors monitor the patient closely, watching for the turnaround when the healthy cells start to bounce back faster than the cancer cells can. This resilience of the human body is actually the key to the whole thing. Healthy cells are generally better at repairing themselves than cancer cells are. So, after the carpet bombing of chemotherapy, the healthy cells wake up and start fixing the damage, while the broken cancer cells often stay dead. This is how we win. Every round of chemo is designed to knock the cancer down further and further until, hopefully, there is nothing left. Even though it sounds scary, chemotherapy has saved millions of lives. It has turned many types of cancer from a certain death sentence into a manageable or even curable condition. We are getting better at it every day, making drugs that are more specific and have fewer side effects, increasing the survival rates for patients all over the world. It is a testament to human ingenuity and the will to survive. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We release new deep dives into how your body works and how medicine is changing the world every week. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and share this video to spread the knowledge.